And we are live. Welcome everybody to the Closers University Masterclass. If you are new over here, well, let me tell you something. My name is Jabran Khan, and I've been in the high ticket space now for over 5 years. I've been responsible for generating multi-million dollars a month for brand new sales teams. I've worked with some of the biggest names and brands in the world, and I'm responsible for not only clients generating multi-million dollars a month, but I have outproduced setters that earn way more than closers. My average setters earn way more than closers. Our closers generate 300 to 500 to 700 grand a month as well. So we know a thing or two about scaling companies and businesses. If you're new here, hit the subscribe button, smash the like button to show your appreciation, because what I'm going to be sharing with you guys over here today is like no other, guys. I'm going to be pulling back the curtain on our multi-million dollar a month framework, the same framework that has allowed us to generate multi-million dollars a month for brands and organizations and influencers. We've done specifically more than consistently $5 million a month. And the goal is, as many of you guys know, is I'm putting it out there already, I am going to be generating and developing a sales team that's going to be doing $10 million a month in revenue. That's just one of my goals. I've got bored of, just scaling companies to, a couple of million, 2, 3, 4, 5 million. The goal is right now to do $10 million a month minimum on one offer. And we're going to do multiple offers as well. So today you guys are going to learn. I want everyone to stop what you're doing and really pay attention, because what you're going to be learning here today, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be something that's going to be groundbreaking. I'm going to be giving you exactly the same frameworks and steps that I've used on scaling companies. Now, I'm going to start off from the setting frameworks and what to get in place with your role. Now, you may be, now here's one way that you guys can get real advantage from what I'm going to be sharing with you here today. You can rock up to any company, maybe in a conversation, whether it's on an interview or whether you're already on an offer. These frameworks plugged into any company, I honestly believe, because we've done it multiple times over, you guys can make your opportunity great and actually multiply your income. I have done this over and over again. And one of the philosophies and one thing that I'm really proud of is anybody that's worked with Jabran Khan has made the most money they've ever made in their life. They clear their biggest paychecks working with me. Now, look, if there's one thing that I do know, now I'm not a tech wizard, nor am I a marketing wizard, but one thing that I do know is about scaling sales teams, about having frameworks and systems in place and having the right setters, the closers, and I empower my sales team and equip them in bringing the best out of themselves. If there's one thing that I know is about putting together a great sales team, and I've done it from scratch. I've trained brand new people, ladies and gentlemen, brand new people in the high ticket space. Now, you guys may be looking at the high ticket space for the first time, or you've been stuck for many months or even years, and you're like, what the hell am I doing? You haven't gone past the 4, 5, 10K a month mark, and you're like, what am I doing? Well, let me tell you, I don't know where you've been, but you haven't been in my arena. If you've been in my arena and you've been working with me, you're not losing, you're winning, and you're multiplying your income. And this is what we're going to do here today. And it all starts off from, ladies and gentlemen, from a few frameworks. You get these dialed in, you now know how to scale. So look, I'm going to get right into it. I don't know how long this is going to go on for or how short it's going to go on for, but look, I want you to pay attention. I've purposely turned off the comments in the live. It may get posted up on YouTube, and you leave your takeaways on there. But for now, I want you to be switched on and really paying attention to what I'm going to be talking to you about. Because look, let's start off from the setter frameworks. Now, look, before you're going to make any offer work, let's even rewind a bit. Now, the first thing that you need, on any offer. Now, look, ladies and gentlemen, these frameworks that I'm going to be sharing with you guys, I'm actually doing this live in training some of my guys, and I'm giving out this training. But you know what? I just said to myself, why just keep it to only my guys? Let me just put it out on the Closers University YouTube channel so everybody can benefit from this, not only on their current roles, but on future roles. You guys can use these frameworks and confidently sit in an interview or sit with a business owner and be like, these are the frameworks that I've learned from multi-million-dollar a month Jabran Khan, who's had these frameworks and has proven himself with these frameworks with all these people. I've worked with the likes of Kevin David, Rudy Mawer, Ravi Abuvala, Tai Lopez. I've consulted on many business owners from Shakir Hussain, Matt Lepre. So I know a thing or two about scaling companies and working with, the big names and brands. And there's a thing or two that I've learned with working with these companies as well. Now, look, I wouldn't say I'm gifted or God gifted or whatever or anything like that. I'm just hungry, coachable, and motivated. And those are the first qualities that you need to possess between yourself. Well, first of all, you need to be forever a student. Forever a student, as you're doing right now. You're learning from these frameworks. I want you to be coachable, be hungry, be driven, and be a student. Because the moment you feel like or you think like you know it all, you've already stopped. Now, and if you're not growing, you're dying. And in order for your income to grow, for your business to grow, guess what needs to grow? You. So let's switch on. Now, look, before we look at any opportunity, what the first thing that you need to look at is this company. Now, one of the great things that are going to be coming with the Closers University and one of the businesses that we're going to be working with, I'm now getting dialed in, marketing and operations. So when we go to clients, not only are we going to be able to take care of their sales and scale their business, because one of the bottlenecks that we were facing was marketing. Now, one of the offers with Closers University, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking care of marketing. So ensuring quality leads are coming in. We're going to tighten up operations for them so they have a solid fulfillment on the back end. So they're doing more of what they're promising. And then we're going to take care of sales and be able to hand over these clients on a platter to our clients. So look, without further ado, now I just want to dive right in. Now, one of the first things that you want to look at is the company. Now, let's just say you're a business owner or you're a company. It needs to be, now I'm talking from a setup perspective. Now, for those of you that are looking at companies and you want to win at those companies, you may have all what it takes. Now, I may give you this framework, but if you take it to a certain company who's not really in a position to help you make the big money that you want. Now, how was I able to, generate multi-million dollars a month with multiple offers? Well, the offer itself had to be great. The fulfillment had to be great. It wasn't like, a $1,000 offer or a $2,000 offer, on 5K, 10K offers, 15K, 20K plus offers. This is how you scale a multi-million dollar a month. So the first thing you want to look at is, does the business have a high ticket offer? Yes. Now, are they fulfilling on what they're offering? Yes. And if that's in place, now are they getting leads? Because look, you could be the greatest salesman as possible, as they could be. But if you're not getting these leads, if you're not getting great leads or even any leads, what are you going to close? Now, look, just so you know, I've got a solution to this as well. And this is one thing that I've been working on for months for. And I'm going to be doing it with multiple organizations as well. But anyways, I want to stay focused on this $5 million a month framework. Now, in order for this to work, we need to have those things dialed in. Once those things are dialed in, as in the company can get you the leads, they're fulfilling on themselves. Okay, great. Now it comes to you. Who are you? Who are you when you're turning up to work? Are you someone that's just going to, just see how this goes? No, you need to make a decision. This is where a lot of people mess up, man. And look, the things that I'm going to be explaining to you here right now are the exact same things that I've gone over with my setters. As a matter of fact, there are setters watching this right now that I'm going to be onboarding onto multiple offers coming up. And these offers, they're not low ticket offers, or they're not offers that are struggling with marketing. The marketing's dialed in. There's super high ticket offers. Just one offer that we've got right now, it's a tax consultancy offer, and these are just some of the conversations that I'm having right now. So I am training you guys. I'm going to be using this video, this live, as if I'm training you directly on a live offer. So we already know the boxes have been ticked. Now I'm talking to you, and I want you to watch this video like I'm talking to you directly. Now, so I want to ask you, Have you made a decision that you're going to go all in? You're going to go all in. You're clearing your schedule. You're speaking to your loved ones or whoever you've got in your life that probably rely on you, count on you, or whatever. You need to let them know for the next 90 days, I am going all in on this, and my priority is this. So they know, so you're not getting distracted. Because I know, man, I'm married myself. I've got a daughter. I come from a large family. I need to let them know that, you know what? I need your help in taking care of certain things because I'm doing this for you guys. So these are some of the first things that you need to do. And look, maybe take out a few hours, in the week to give back and give time to your family. But right now, we need to go all in. Holidays, vacations, or whatever. We'll do that after the 90 days. But right now, we need to go all in. So you need to make a decision that we're going all in. Once you've got that right, and you need to know yourself that, look, this is a numbers game. We've heard the term so many times before, but we're like, you know what? Like, oh, yeah, numbers game. What does that even mean? Numbers game. You're going to have to grow through the numbers. You need to go through the numbers. So what do I mean by growing through the numbers? So as you're getting the no's, you're learning from, okay, why did that person say no? You learn from that and then you move forward. You look at everything, you monitor it, and you're going forward. The more no's you're going to get, guys, you collect these no's because guess what they do? They grow you as a person. I guarantee you, if you made a decision that, you know what, I'm going to collect 100 no's or 500 or 300 no's, I promise you, the person that you were on no number 1 and no number 300 is going to be totally different to the person that was on no number when you had the first no. And the person on the no, when you've collected 500 no's, I guarantee you, your confidence is going to be oozing. Your mindset is going to be different. And this is what we're looking for. We are looking for people that are just hungry, are ready to hit the ground running. I'll give you an example. There was someone that wanted to come into the Closers University Masterclass that I'm doing for free. And he kept messaging me. And I'm like, this guy's hungry, but he's getting a bit annoying now as well. But I was like, no, I was a hungry guy as well at one point. And then he messages someone else in the masterclass. He's like, why don't you message him and ask him to let me in? I was like, whoa. So this guy is not only using one door, he's now going through a second door. And I like that. And I'm thinking to myself, how many of us, like, we reach out to a prospect, they say no again, we follow up and they say no, and then we're stuck there. I was just looking at this guy, and this guy was showcasing to me how he would be as an appointment setter. And he had my attention because now he's not only using one door where he's just constantly knocking, he's gone to the second door to get entry. And now he's asked someone in the masterclass, can you speak to Jabran and see if he can let me into the masterclass? Now, look, this masterclass, guys, is better than most of your paid programs. No offense to any of the programs out there, but very few people have done what your boy Jabran has done. And look, but the crazy thing is, I am now sharing all of these frameworks with all of you guys so you guys can outperform and outdo Jabran. I don't know how much you're going to outdo me, but I want you guys to outdo me. I want all of my proteges, everyone in the Closers University to outdo me. So this person and this person that was trying to get in, now I tell the guy that is on my masterclass, so I gave him an objection straight away. And I was like, no. And I'm sometimes a bit stern when I'm doing things as well. I'm fair, but I'm firm as well. And I was a bit stern, and he just shut down straight away. He was like, oh, okay. But you get shut down from your prospects. So I was like, what was he doing? And so anyways, I go back to the first person. I was like, you know what? I'm going to give you a task. And go and fulfill that. And just go and reach out to X amount of people and give them something for free and bring them here. He went out and done it. And I was like, you know what? Fair play. He not only said he's something, he went out and delivered. And he went and now he's part of this masterclass. So, look, opportunity is everywhere. People talk the talk, but very few walk the walk. You guys now need to walk the walk because you're going to have after this video training, after this live, none of you guys can have this excuse that, you know what, I just can't make money in this space. Oh, I can't do this. Because if you guys follow these frameworks and study these frameworks and really follow for and reach out to me. As a matter of fact, I want you to commit to yourself right now. Take a screenshot, take a selfie of you being on this live, post it on your social medias. You can tag me, Jabran Superkhan, on Instagram. or the Closers University, you can tag me. And so you can store this right now. Because look, I'm on a live right now. Now, I've taken sales teams to $5 million and beyond a month, but I've never taken a sales team to $10 million a month. I'm saying this out on a live right now because I'm committing to it. What are you guys going to commit to right now? Take a screenshot, take a picture, post it on social media, and write down your goals. 12 months from now, where do you want to be? Guys, you need to make a decision, man. Like so many people, man, you're just being busy, and you're busy being broke. You're getting busy with all this busy work and you're not doing income generating activities. And some of you are doing income generating activities, but they're not high income. They're bloody pennies on the dollar. And that's why you're not breaking past the 10K, 20K, 30K, 50K a month mark. And now, just so you know, forget me, forget my results. Because, a lot of people now, when I was first starting out, a lot of people used to be like, yeah, right, are you going to get this much? Yeah, right, are you going to do that? And yeah, right. And people used to shut me down. And then, the moment you hit that and you show them, you know what their conversation changed to? Oh, but you're Jabran. But that's Jabran. He's just like this. And of course he was going to make it or whatever. And look, so people are going to knock you down no matter what. And now I made it a part myself that I was like, you know what? Not only am I going to get there, I'm going to get thousands of people to get and achieve, 20 grand a month, to retire their parents, give back to their siblings. And now so many people have not only done what I've done, but they've superseded their own previous bests. And this is what we're going to be doing from this. So this part of the live is solely going to be focused on when the leads come in. Now, you're an appointment setter. Now, look, as a closer as well, I want you to pay attention to these frameworks because you're going to need these frameworks a part of your call. Some of you guys are closers and you get the leads directly onto your calendar. Well, you're going to need to know these frameworks to make sure the client jumps on your call informed and educated. So look, you've decided you're going to go all in. You've cleared your schedules and you've spoken to your family. Now the lead comes in. You're with a company that's getting loads of leads a day, but what are you doing with those leads? They're not booked calls. Let's just say they come in as leads because we're gonna put the work in. We're gonna we're gonna outbound. As soon as the lead comes in, guys. Do you know when it's the hottest? We call it the speed to lead. The hottest is the moment the lead comes into the pipeline. You want to, like they say, 5 minutes. It has the highest chance of pickup rate within the first 5 minutes. But I'm not even talking about 5 minutes. I'm talking about grabbing that lead within the first 2 to 3 minutes. Whoa, 2 to 3 minutes. But Jabran, what if I'm on a call? Now here's something great that some of my guys used to do, man. And fair play to them. There was 4 of them. There was Zubair, there was Tosif, Raheem, and Imran. These 4 used to work as a unit. Now, this is another thing. A lot of you guys, you work in teams, but you don't work as a team. You don't you're too worried about your own income. It's like, this live over here right now. I'm sharing everything over here right now for free and publicly for everyone to benefit because I want everyone to win. Like, I'm a Muslim and we really believe, all our income and everything that we're going to do has already been predetermined. So why should I hold this back? I know what I'm going to be sharing with you guys over here today, right now, on this live it's gonna massively not only grow businesses, but grow your income. Now, these 4 individuals, how were they able to just, work as a team? They used to help each other out. If one person, there'd be in a group chat, if one person was on the call and they saw the lead come in for somebody else and it was assigned to them, they will help them. They'll be like, you know what? I got your lead. I'll call them or whatever. And they'll work with each other. Or they'll be like, you know what? Tosif, you take that lead. I'll take the next one. So they'll work together. Maybe you need to have a round robin between 4 or 5 in your company. 4 or 5 setters. So as soon as the lead comes in, the leads are rotated. If they're not picked up within the first 60 seconds, someone else picks it up. So you're communicating with one another. This way, no lead goes through the pipeline going over 2-3 minutes. Because the stats that I saw was like, if a lead is, and I think it was Alex Hormozi who mentioned it or who repeated it. There was many studies that are shown that, a lead is more high likely to respond the moment it comes in within 5 minutes. But I don't want 5 minutes. Whatever anyone else does, I want to do it in much quicker time or much bigger. So if 5 minutes, I made it to 3 minutes, 60 seconds, 2 minutes. So you have a bunch of setters working together in cohesion, together on the lead. So we ensure that the lead is approached the moment it opts in. So look, now within 5 minutes, now you reach out. Now, when you're reaching out to this lead, I would personally just drop them a message and have like already a created message already, a generic one, but it has your name on there. Because the moment you send them that message, I'd have it like the moment the lead comes in, you can maybe do this on an automation. But if you're going to be a multiple of you guys are going to be working on the leads, and if it's going to be round robin, then it has to be one of yours. But you can have this created. As soon as the lead comes in, you text the lead, acknowledge that they've opted in. The moment they've opted in, they get a message from you. So in receipt of you've confirmed receipt of the application, or they've inquired about learning about what you do. Now, in that text message, you want to have like a PDF or a link that's going to go over your company. And it has to be clear cut. It can't be wishy-washy. It can't be too many pages. It can't be too much information. Maybe you need to create it specifically for yourselves, a PDF link or even a link. Now, on that link, you want to have who the company is, the background of the company, what they do, what problem they solve, who they help. These are key things, and any social proof that you can add on there. The moment you do that and you have that on there, now what is this doing? It's informing, educating the prospect. It's preempting any objections that are going to come up. Now, you'll have a little box there now towards the end of FAQs. Now, certain questions, now you put yourself in the customer's position and be like, well, if I was a customer and I came across this opportunity brand new, I don't know nothing about them, what are the questions that am I going to have in my mind? Maybe get a couple of your friends, your family members, and be like, look, if you saw this, what would you think? Now what you're doing, you're putting yourself in the customer's position. What are they going to be thinking when they see your PDF, when they see your ad? What are the questions that they're going to have? What are the objections are they going to have? What are the things that they're going to be skeptical about? This is what you want to get on this PDF. So it knocks all of these points out. Now, look, we're selling them before they've even booked a call, before they even get on the call. We have that on there. It's going to have visual, social proof, and a call to action. The message is going to have a call to action. Now, please confirm receipt of this message with a thumbs up or whatever. Now, we also send this message after the call's booked, which I'm going to go over. Now you've called them. You're calling them and they're not answering, which is normal. Because look, let me tell you something, guys. Are we right now, the era that we're living in right now, like 10 years ago, 15 years ago, yeah, we were answering more phone calls than we do right now. But what are we doing more of right now? We're doing more of this. We're texting more than we're calling. Have you ever had it now look, this is what I'm saying to you. Put yourself in the customer's position. What are we doing more of right now? Are we like this and scrolling, or are we like this? We're doing more of this and whatever. So why are you thinking your prospect is going to be doing anything different to that? So if they are texting and scrolling more than they're on the phone, why don't you take that into consideration? Guys, this is what I incorporated in but I've been using this framework since 2021 and I've been crushing it. You guys can check the data and you could reach out to the influencers and whatever. I was crushing it. And how was I crushing it? Because I was implementing this process. So what did I used to do? I used to send them a text message right away. Because I know, and all I want him to do, I'm easing the friction or whatever. Just confirm that you've got this message. You just confirm that you've got this and you acknowledge receipt of this message. The moment they've got that, I know that they're still interested. They're not someone that just whatever. But look, I'm not going to, now some people may miss the text message. Like me, I've got my phone. I'm putting myself in the customer's position and I'm going through real life scenarios. So guess what? The message that you send them, they may miss it. So what do? Not only you want to send a text message, put it in an email. Some of us keep our emails open all day on our computer. So I want to send the same message as an email. If it's still not responded to, I'm going to send it as a WhatsApp. Now, this is if they haven't responded. So text, email, WhatsApp. I'm doing these multiple times. So look how many times. There's already been 3 touch points. Some of you guys will call someone and then like just not even call them back. They're just not interested or whatever. Or you just do it to just make sure, your manager is not on your case or whatever. We're not doing this for like, a manager coming knocking on us or whatever. Like, what are you doing or what? No, we're doing this because we want to make money. We're doing this because we want to make money. Because let me tell you something. Every month, you're not making 20 grand a month. Now, I said it, 20 grand a month. Even as a setter, I had multiple setters make 20 grand a month. But some of you guys can't even fathom 20 grand a month. But as a setter, minimum 10 grand a month. As a closer, minimum 20 grand a month. If you guys are not doing these numbers, every month, as a setter, you're throwing away 10 grand a month, $1,000. As a closer, you're throwing away $20,000 a month. So really pay attention. So now I've touched them on a text, email, and WhatsApp. But guess what else I'm going to do? The moment I send the text message, the first text message, I'm calling them. I'm calling them right away. Now, if they don't answer, which is pretty normal, because remember, people are texting, scrolling. Have you ever had it, guys, when someone calls you, you blank the call, but then you drop them a message as in like, hey, yeah, what's up? We've done it so many times. Again, let's put ourselves in the customer's position. It's just a weird time right now. We don't like speaking on the phone. So, okay, let's work with them then. Let's do more of the texting, the messaging, maybe on social media, all of these platforms and whatever. So once we've done that now they may prefer just texting us. Okay, no problem. So now I've called them. They've not really responded. I'm double dialing. Have this in your head. We don't only just call. We double dial. As a matter of fact, some of us triple dial. We'll call again. I'll drop a message and I'll call again. Most people don't double dial. Some people just about dial first time. A fewer numbers double dial. Even fewer numbers triple dial. So guess what? We're going to triple dial because we are going to do above and beyond what the average do. And that's how, ladies and gentlemen, my setters and my closers out-earn majority of closers and setters in the world because we don't do the average. If you guys want to do the average, you might as well leave the live call right now because we ain't playing average. I'm going above and beyond. Look, man, all these years you've been living average. You've had average income. We don't want average anymore, and we're not playing average. We want to go above and beyond. So the moment you've called them, you've texted them, you've double dialed them, and let me tell you, man, once you dial, the pickup rate will be lower. But when you double dial, the pickup rate is going to go higher. When you send a text message also, they know that it's not a scam. It's something that they've opted into. Now, some people may argue that, we're doing too much texting and too much calling or whatever, and it's going to put the client off. I'm sorry, they've opted in to come and speak to you about your offer. So, of course, I'm going to call you. And even if they do, be like, man, what the hell's your problem? Oh, man, I'm sorry, Mr. Client. We're just massive on customer service. And our CEO, Jabran, he just wants everyone to be spoken to and welcomed and given everything that they need to learn about what we do. And that's why we're just massive on customer service. And we do apologize. But look, we just really want to help you. And then boom, you just go back into loop. So what made you want to reach out to us? What are you looking to achieve? You go back into loop. Now, look, the worst someone's going to tell you is F off. Or they're going to block you. Well, look. They were never meant to do business with you anyway. I'll rather someone have that and do that earlier on, and it shows me as an indicator that this person is not interested, as opposed to just string me along for weeks and months. I'd rather someone tell me right up front. So look, if someone's going to be mad at you for doing above and beyond, that's fine. That's fine. What's the worst someone's going to say to you? Piss off, get away, go away. Okay, that's fine. But look, I need to turn the heating off, man. I'm getting too hot. I'm getting worked up because, guys, I know by you implementing these systems and processes, this work that I'm telling you, I promise you your income is going to grow. You look at most setters out there, they're not doing what I'm telling you, what I'm doing. And I'm telling you, you could use this training and share it with, other setters, other companies, and you will grow. You will grow. And this is what I want. I want this training to transform your career, your business, and multiply what you're doing. So look, we've done all of the calling, we've done all the texting, they still haven't answered or whatever, but now we send them another message. We send them another message. Maybe they're gonna communicate more like me for example. I don't really look at my messages because I get so many of them. But WhatsApp, I try to look. Even on WhatsApp now, I get a lot of messages. Over 250 messages that I haven't seen. But guess what? This is a high chance of them. Like, let's just say they're a super busy business owner. You're on a B2B offer. You're trying to get in touch with the business owner, but they're just super busy. By you sending another text message and another WhatsApp, guess what that's doing? It's bumping up your message to right to the top. So even if you had WhatsApped them and they hadn't opened it, guess what? You message them after about 3 hours, 6 hours, 12 hours, or a day or 2 days. It's bumped it right back up into the inbox. Now, I'm not only going to say bumping this up or whatever. Like one of the messages I used to send, hey, Mr. Client, just bumping this up your inbox in case you missed it. Well, then you'll have a string of follow-up messages that you're going to be sending. Now, look, nowadays, you can get all of your follow-up messages from ChatGPT. You could be like, look, this is the product, this is the service, this is the avatar, this is the client. Collate me, put together a 12 message sequence for me, and bam, they'll create it. And you can even give them prompts as well, as in like you can go over like certain objections. So help me come up with 12 messages that go over all the objections of certain certain objections on a certain offer. Boom, it's done that. So look, we've done the speed to dial. We've done our double dialing. I've got some notes here that I don't want to miss. Now here, look, we want to be, if they don't answer, don't just double dial and put the phone down and like drop a text message. You need to make sure you're tracking everything that's gone on your spreadsheet or whatever you use, or however you want to organize yourself on GHL. Put the tag on there so you go back to that lead. I'm talking about on the hour, every 3 hours, every 6 hours, 9 hours, like whatever it is. You want to have contacted that lead not only through the one medium, which is calling, not only texting. You want to text them, call them, WhatsApp them, email them, find them on social media. Guys, when you do this above and beyond, look, I'm already with what I'm telling you right now. Most people do not do. They just about call them, just about double dial them. But I'm not telling you, I'm talking about becoming, a multiple 6-figure a year earner. A 10, 20K, 30K a month setter, a 50, 60, 70K a month closer. This is what needs to be done. Now, if you guys are hiring, like if you're a hiring manager watching this and, you're hiring setters that are like, I'll just do this. Listen, the setters here on the Closers University, this is what they do and beyond. Like, this is the level that we come at, and this is why we out-earn majority of the salespeople out there. Because we go above and beyond the call of duty. We don't only just go through one door like, I'm just calling. Well, what if the calling door is closed? The texting door is opened, and you may get in through the texting door. What if the texting door is closed as well? And you may get in through the email door, the WhatsApp, or the Instagram, or the Facebook. There's all of these, but most people give up on the first one. There's sometimes maybe they'll do the text message, but trust me, they don't do all of this. And this is why the income is there. Now, some people are like, oh, but I've got too many leads and I can't do this with everybody. So the frick, what? This is why you work with a team. You've got a handful of you guys. You're working, you're each other are working and helping each other on the leads. And this is how you go above and beyond the call of duty. So, okay, key point here now. When they're opting in, now you need to maybe speak with your marketing team, the fulfillment team, so when they see the ad. Now, look, when I'm working on an offer, I'm not only just like managing sales and looking at sales. I need to be looking at everything. You want to be looking at everything from fulfillment to marketing to operations to sales. All of this needs to be connected. Now, with what I'm equipping you with over here right now, so when you go onto an offer or you launch an offer or you already have an offer, this needs to be all of these departments need to be communicating with one another. Let me tell you, one company that did this really well, who I work with, is Mawer Capital, Rudy Mawer. I love the way they had their whole. Kevin David did this as well. Tai Lopez has got it as well. And this is why these companies are doing so well. They had all the teams. like every Monday they'll have an all staff team meeting and they'll update each other as well. They'll have Slack channel where all the teams can talk to one another and be on the same page and inform and educate one another on their departments and their areas. I want to be speaking. So when they see the ad, you want to have, when they click on the ad now and they give their details, let's just say they're just giving their details, they click that, you want to be able to just populate like the PDF there as well. The PDF that informs and educates them on your offer. So when you reach out to them, they already are like informed and educated about what you're calling them about. So I want to be giving this PDF on all the way through their journey. The moment they're given the details, bam, they got the PDF. The PDF, what is it going to do? The prime focus of the PDF is to inform, educate, and overcome any objections that they may have on the offer. Now, you as a setter, if you're working these and you don't even have a PDF, man, you need to go back to your fulfillment team. You need to go to your CEO, show them this video and say, this is why you're not hitting the 2 million a month that you want or the million a month. Like, I don't even think many companies are hitting a million a month. But like, no, now I see a lot of companies, because I've done it as well. And like, I've been around in the space a long time. You know, 1 million a month, 2 million a month is normal. Like $5 million, $10 million a month. I've seen very few companies do 10 million. I've not seen a company do 10 million a month in the high ticket space, and I want to do it. And this is why I want you to make sure. So when you're going to your CEO, like, look, we need this in our funnel at the top of the funnel, and you want to make sure as the setters they're giving this PDF. And if the company doesn't have a PDF, go make one yourself. You can do it on ChatGPT, or just get someone and hire someone, because look, this PDF is going to help you close more. It's going to help you set more. It's going to inform and educate them. So once they've come in through the funnel, maybe, you know, the PDF or there's a message, you know, once they've given their details, it will inform them and let them know that a member of our team will be in touch. So now they're already expecting someone to reach out. You know, most companies don't even have this part dialed in. It's just one line. Thank you for your details. A member of our team will be in touch. So now we have the email number and email and number. You can WhatsApp them, you can text them or whatever. Now, this PDF, again, is an overcome limiting beliefs, overcome the objections, and give them confidence in the offer. So now, here's just a point to remember now. As a setter, guys, when you're communicating with leads, they're coming in or whatever, this is one area that people mess up on so much. And they don't help themselves when they're following up with leads. Now, yeah, follow-up is a huge thing, but what are you going to follow up on? Imagine you've just called a lead, you've texted them and you emailed them or whatever, and you've got nothing from them. You've not even put it on your system. You're not logging. Log every single one of your behaviors. Have the tags on GHL or close or whatever you do, but make sure you're leaving detailed notes on the conversations and the actions that you're doing. So when it comes to following up, you know what you've done, what you need to do, and what you must do. And so you can pick up from where you left off. So like, this is another place where a lot of setters fall off the wagon. They don't leave detailed notes. These notes are going to be your ammunition when you're on the call. Maybe you want to even drop the notes that you've had on the first call, and that's going to help the closer. So look, you want to be leaving those detailed notes and on every conversation that you have with them on the CRM. But now it comes to the conversation. What are you going to speak about when you're speaking to the client? Well, first of all, you need to be sold out by the product that you're selling or the service that you're selling or the mastermind or the coaching program or whatever it is. You need to be 100% sold out, first of all, that this product does what it says on the tin. Second thing, you need to be able to explain this as if you were speaking to a 7-year-old or an 8-year-old or a 10-year-old, to a kid. Because what if you're going to be there on the phone and explaining and all this and all that, and it's AI this and you're already going to have lost them. You need to speak in simple and layman terms, simple language, what it is, what you do, who you help, the problem that you solve. And you want to ask them as well. And look, and I was speaking to one of my closers that I was speaking to who's on another offer. And you want to ask them, like, Mr. Client, where the hell have you been? Why is it taking you so long to come and reach out to us? These conversations, it gives them, it gives you confidence on what you're selling, and it gives them, well, like it just naturally just sets up the conversation that, look, these guys know what they're talking about, and then they can help me. They need to view, when they get off the call, they need to view you as someone that understands their problem and has a solution to their problem. And guess what? You are the only solution right now to their problem. You understand them as well. And now you talk about when you solve this problem, where they can be. It may be you share someone a live success story. There was John who came to us 3 months ago with the exact same problem. As a matter of fact, after this call, look at what I'm doing. After this call, I'm going to send you that case study. Now, that case study is going to be like down. Now, this is another thing that I do as well when I go into an offer. I get like about 15 to 20 old case studies, new case studies, recent case studies, and a variety of different case studies. I already have these in my armor because I use these to follow up with clients, inform and educate clients. And I label all of these as well, like from the age, the background, the result, the pain problem, the solution. So I've got all of this in my ammunition. A lot of your companies, you don't have this. You don't have this organized for your salespeople to use. Now, all of this is ammunition. Now, imagine I'm speaking to a teacher. Now, all automatically, that's it. Because look, facts tell. So the numbers will do this, the telling. But guess what's going to do the selling? The stories. Facts tell, stories sell. The more stories that you're going to have of your products and service and the testimonials, this is going to help the business owner. It's going to help the client. So if I'm speaking to a teacher, and I know a teacher is going to relate with another teacher, oh my God, you remind me of Shelly, who we helped last year. And even now, she's still crushing it. I'm going to send you her case study right after this call. Now, I'm going to break everything down of Shelly. I'm maybe going to have maybe get someone in my company to make sure you have a conversation with Shelly. So we get her case study and we answer all the objections that made Shelly, like, what objections did you have before you came on the call? Before you joined us, what was your current problem? What was the solution that we got for you? How soon did we get it? How life is right now? All of these things are going to be on that case study. Now, when we're going to send the videos, now it's very important of the videos as well. We have a great thumbnail where they were and where they are right now and what we help them achieve. So it makes people want to click on the title of that video. So these are just the things that we're going to get into, and send them. Now, but once you're on the call, you want to highlight, some of the pains and problems. And you want to know the problems, the solutions to those problems, so you're able to give them. So their pains, their problems, where they want to be, and why they want to be there. What are they currently doing? What's been holding them back? All of this is ammunition that you can, when you're logging it on the CRM, this is all going to help with the close, because setters, you get paid when the lead closes. So all the ammunition that you're going to gather over here, guess what it's going to do? It's going to help the closer use this ammunition, because if a closer is going on the call right now, they don't know much about the client. But if the setter has done a great job and got all this information for them, so now when the closer gets on the call, he's going to know, like, she's a teacher. He knows the conversation that you have with them. She knows, and they know their pains and their problems and where they want to be and all of this. The moment they get on the call with them, they may even say something like, Shelly, why is it taking you so long to reach out to us? I mean, we've been around for over a decade. Like, why now? So I hope everybody is following with me. I know I'm going over a lot and I'm whizzing through it, but I'm hoping you guys are getting what I'm saying. So, okay, clients should be informed the moment they opt in. So you're letting them know that, you know what, Mr. Client, when you're on the phone to them, Mr. Client, like as a message as well, like some members of our team are going to be reaching out. A member of our team are going to be reaching out. But when they speak to you as well and they're booked, imagine you've got them booked now. You just let them know that, hey, we're going to be in touch. So just expect, a number of, expect some text message. You're going to get some text messages. And like, how do you prefer? Text message, email, or WhatsApp, or whatever? Either's fine. You're going to be getting some testimonials, some case studies, some FAQs, and these are going to be drip fed to you over the course of however long the appointment is when it's booked. So they know to expect some messages from me. I'll be in touch with some valuable material, beneficial material that's going to help you, and prepare you for the call. So now they're not just randomly getting text messages and, this and that and whatever. They're already expecting you to send them the PDF or maybe a couple of reminders before the call. Because look, we're going to have to let me tell you now. I call this the 8 to 12 touch point rule. Always stay hydrated, guys. The 8 to 12 touch point. Now, I learned this in, very early on in my sales career as well. Most sales happen after the 12th touch point. When I heard this the first time, I never really understood it. Now, if you're part of the Closers University, you know about the 12 touch points. But they even describe it as 8 to 12. I'm like 12. They said a prospect needs to have seen the company, the messages, and all sorts of whatever between 8 and 12 times before they show a buying behavior or a buying decision. So what does that say to me? As an appointment setter, okay, maybe, and now look, they may have needed to see, your business owner's content and ads roughly 8 times before they made a decision to give them the details. Guess what? They may now need to hear from you at least 8 to 12 times to even book an appointment. Now, they may need a total of 12 touch points from the moment they see the business owner to they close the deal. Now, no, this doesn't happen with everybody, but a huge chunk of people, it's this. So in your mind, if you know that this client is not going to close, is not going to book an appointment from the first 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times I reach out to them, I need to get my 8 touch points in. Now, they can't just be normal touch points. Informing, educating, removing limiting beliefs, and overcoming objections. These touch points need to be doing that. Because look, and if you really believe in your offer, any sane person will take your offer if they're financially qualified. Now I'm going to go over this is what you need to be doing on the call. You need to make sure that they are financially qualified. They have a problem. They view you as the solution and you as the only go-to solution. But it's all good doing all of these things and then finding out, oh my God, they don't even have money. So many salespeople are just so scared of mentioning, the money. Me, if someone used to ask me, how much is a program? Yeah, it's $10,000. It's only $10,000. If it's too much, yeah, man, maybe it is. For some people, it is too much. But what's the cost what's the cost of inaction? Would you rather pay $10,000 and solve this issue for good? Or would how long do you want $10,000 to be too much? For example, there's some people that train people or mentor people and coach people in making 10K a month. Well, what if they're I'm just thinking out loud, what if there was an offer? Hey, Mr. Client, the price is 10K, but I'm going to work with you until you make 10K a month, back to back to back. And I'll work with you for free until you do. How's that for an offer? Now, look, that's a no-brainer. A no-brainer offer because there's conviction in the offer. And now it sounds like an irresistible offer as well. But look, going back to the 8 to 12 touch point rule, you need to make sure you're getting these touch points in, whether it's text message, call, message. Now, some people, the moment they've given their details, they may need 12 touch points, as in texts, emails, WhatsApps, Instagram, calls, 12 of these in order to book a call. Do it. Most people, you got to look at it like this. This person, now it depends on your funnel as well, whether it's a VSL or whether it's a webinar. They've seen an ad. They've sat through the whole VSL. They've looked at the whole landing page. They've scrolled to the bottom and they've booked in the call. They've gone through all of that. So they've put their hand up that, hey, I am a prospect and I am interested in what you're doing. Now it's your now look, everyone gets complacent. And a lot of people get busy being busy. So understand that they're just getting busy. They have that problem. They've put their hand up and let you know that this is a problem that I need help with. Now they're probably lazy as well and they suffer from I don't know what. So have that in mind and make sure you're working those 12 touch points and making sure they get on the call. or making sure that they see the PDF. Because if they see the PDF, they're going to be more in. And if the PDF is good, now the PDF needs to be good and it needs to cover all the things that I've just told you to cut that it needs to cover. Once you get that in, guys, you've got them in. Now, look, this 12 touch point rule is very good with just leads that just come in and they give their details. And for me, I'm like, look, if this person has sat through a webinar, they have a problem that they want a solution for. I'm going to give them that problem. Now you guys have leads sitting in there for 6 months that you haven't even touched. But you know what? My setters will go in there and have a follow-up sequence with them for like 14 days straight. They will drip feed them 1 message a day, 2 messages a day, 3 messages a day for 2 weeks, informing, educating, re-engaging them with us. And there's numerous types of messages, but I'll go through that, on a different day or whatever. But we're going to do that now because guess what we need to do? Now, we're not going to ignore those leads, the 10,000 leads that we've got. Now, this was someone that saw your ad, sat through the webinar, sat through the VSL, they've seen all of it. They've even, they gave you the details. So that's saying to me that this person has not gone dead for any reason or whatever. They're still a live person. They just never bought from you. So what do we need to do? We need to bring them back into the loop. We need to inform and educate them again. Bring them back into your world. So inform and educate them on your product or offering or service. Then we need to overcome their objections, get rid of their limiting beliefs, and then show your offer as the go-to place, the go-to offer for their problem. Where are we at? Okay. Double-digit bookings. Oh my God. This over here was what I would describe as the setters becoming super setters. Look, everything falls and rises on leadership. If you're going to lead like a boss and you're, the law of the lid, your people are not going to go beyond the law of the lid. Now, some people, like, and I find it so amusing, man. When sales managers or business owners say, oh, yeah, the setters are doing they're doing really well. They're doing 2-3 sets a day. Man, get the hell out of here. This is why you're not achieving the goals that you've set. Look at the numbers, 2 to 3 sets a day. What the hell are you going to do with 2 to 3 sets a day? We know we have no shows. We know people get busy. If you're only doing 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 sets a day, now imagine you got 5 sets and like half of them no show. And the ones that show, maybe one of them semi-interested. We don't want to mess with that. How are we going to get it to a stage where we can get a deal a day? Setters, let me tell you, setters can out-earn. And this is why a lot of my setters out-earn majority of closers, because we have this philosophy of double-digit sets a day. That's the goal. Double digits. We aim for double digits. Now, look, again, I'll tell you again, the main reason why most people don't achieve their goals is not because they aim too high and miss. It's because they aim too low and they hit. This is why most people don't achieve their goals. It's because their goals are too small. Now, look, imagine you were aiming for double digits. You were serious, you were locked in, and that's the goal. Now, if I told you for fact, Mystic Meg or whatever you want to call it or whatever, if you get double digit sets booked a day. So what do I mean by that? You book double digits. So minimum 10 sets a day. Some of my setters would book between 16, 17, 18, 19 sets a day. I had savages. I had people that were like on it. But you need to be on it. Now, look, it's all down to you. Like, do you want to pussyfoot around? Do you want to just see how this goes? Or do you really want to go all in? Now, you're only going to achieve greatness if you do what great people do. So now what we're doing, that we're aiming for double digits. We're not going for like 2, 3. Now, what does it mean? You need to look at your whole calendar, like not your whole diary, your whole day. How are you doing? Are you spending now your speed to dial? Are you calling the lead straight away? Are you moving from one lead to another very quickly, or are you taking your time? Are you taking ages moving from one lead to another? No, you got to be quick. You got to be very quick. You got to be like maybe you're using a dialer. I think it's closer.io or so, the dialer.io, whatever. Matt Ryder and Cole Gordon, they have like a dialer. That's very good to use. Maybe I'm going to get them on one of our offers. You want to be using something like that where you're blasting through leads. So, okay, hot leads that are coming in that are fresh, but what am I doing with old leads? Most setters, they don't even touch the old leads. So we're going to go there because that's where an extra 10K, 20K a month is sitting. The old is gold. Who's heard that? Old is gold. So we're going to go and dig for the gold. We're going to go get the gold where everyone's leaving. I'm going to go get that. Now, I'll tell you, it was at the time of COVID. How did I break past $50,000 a month as a closer back in 2021? How? Whilst most closers were like, nobody has money and nobody this and nobody that. And I was just like, you steer where you stay. If you're going to think nobody has money, guess what? Nobody's going to have money. And I was like, you know what? Everybody has money. Everybody has some sort of money. There's people out there that have. I didn't need everybody. You don't need everybody to have, the money that you need for the business or whatever. You just need some people. I just need some people. I just thought to myself, look, I can make $2,000 per close. Well, I only need 10 deals in a whole month to make that 20 grand, make the 50 grand, 25 deals or whatever. You do the math. So you want to do what most people are not doing, where most people are leaving old leads. I tell you something, look, and I've seen it. Most people will reach out to a lead probably in the first day, 2 days, 1 week, and they'll leave them. There's leads in your pipelines right now that people have left for, like that opted in for a week ago, 2 weeks ago. They've tried to reach out to them, but they were just unable to reach out to them, or they were unable to connect. That doesn't mean that this lead is like useless. It just means you need to be creative in getting in touch with the lead, which I've already told you of the ways to get in touch with them. Then you need to follow up with them, because the fortune, I don't give a crap what anyone says, it is in the follow-up. It's when you follow up with them and you call them as well, but it's also in the follow-up, because 80% of leads are left without being followed up. 80%. So what am I going to do? I'm going to go and do what nobody does. So they don't want to touch old leads because it takes more work. So as I'm working with my fresh leads and I'm on the dialers or whatever, I'm going to put a system and process together. And here's another thing that we used to do as well. We used to have DM setters and phone setters working in alignment with one another. Oh my God, this was magic. I swear to God, this behavior alone generated more than $1 million a month in our offers. $1 million a month minimum, where we had DM. Because look, DM a lot. Like, let me tell you, if you haven't got setters from Bangladesh, Pakistan, India, Africa, I swear you're missing it. Now, look, some people don't even hire these guys. And I'm like, you guys are freaking idiots. Do you know a lot of my team members, I swear to God, I had people from these third world countries making on the low end 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,000 pounds and dollars a month. Some of them were making even way more than that. But you know what? There's some organizations that like, they don't have internet, they'll have internet issues and they'll have this issues. Now, look, I agree with you. To begin with, when you're reaching out to them and you may be having interviews with them, they may have internet issues and they may not be able to do a video call or whatever. But let me tell you, they can text, and the texts and messages and WhatsApps and emails and whatever and messages on social media, they'll go through when they need to go through. So I used to be like, okay, their strength is messaging. They can't really speak English, or they can, but it's not fluent, but they can definitely send messages. Man, there was a guy, his name's Ryan. He was from West Indies, big up West Indies. He used to send, I swear to God, he used to send between 500 to 1,000 messages sometimes a day. Messages, emails, texts. I used to have setters in Pakistan that would DM setters that would send hundreds of messages a day. So the way I used to get my phone setters to work with them, and I just be like, look, just split the commissions. You'd rather have half a commission as opposed to zero. So now the setters, the DM setters, what they're doing, as soon as the lead comes in, they'll message the lead. They'll warm up the lead. Now, as they're warming up the lead, now the lead is going to want to speak to someone and like financially qualify and inform and educate and whatever. So now the DM setters will warm up the old leads. Guys, oh my God, what I'm going to be sharing with you over here right now, I swear, this alone will generate $1 million a month in any business, because most leads are just left untouched. I know I was speaking to a client the other day. He had 10,000 leads in his pipeline that's not even touched. He didn't have 10,000 closes. So the DM setters would now warm up all of the old leads. They'll have a sequence of like 14, 24 to 30 days of messages, 30 plus messages that they can send a client that is going to go over overcoming limiting beliefs, preempting objections, informing and educating, and answering the problems that they have with the solutions that you can provide. I mean, if you're able to do this and you can do this over text and message and you can warm them up, eventually they'll be back into the loop and interested again. And that's all we want to do. So the DM setters will do that. Now they will be working in harmony with other phone setters and be like, hey, there'll be Anas who'd be dropping the messages and he'll be like, hey, Imran, I've got a lead for you. Bam. He'll work with them. He'll get him booked. He'll inform him, educate him. He'll make sure he gets the PDF or whatever it is, and get him ready for the Zoom call. As he's got on the Zoom call, my bad boy closes. Daniel will take the closing call. He'll close them. Guess what? He'll get his 10%, the 5% or whatever it is, 6, 7, 8%, depending what it is, the percentage for the setters. They'll just half that. So they'll take half a set. Now, everybody's winning here. Now, you do more of these, you'll make even more money. But what do most people do? They're like, no, I'm doing it for myself. And no, I don't want to do this and I don't want to do that. Well, guess what? You're going to stay broke until you love for another what you love for yourself. You ain't going to make it. And you need to love for others what you love for yourself. It's part of your religion. And you make this a part of yourself. Help all your team members. Like me, for example, I swear to God, I know there's enough bread for everybody to eat. There's enough bread for everybody to eat. So I'm going to help everybody eat. And this is what you guys need to do. You need to help one another. This is where we're messing up on, guys, man. We're like, some of us, we're just keeping our, secrets and frameworks and all that to ourselves. And like, oh, yeah, no, I'm going to protect this. Look at me. I'm giving away a $5 million a month framework. Look how simple it is, though. Look how simple it is, but most people won't do it. Most people will leave their old leads. So, okay. Double digits per day, bookings, double digits. So, again, my setters would aim for double-digit bookings a day. They're not going to be aiming for like 4, 5, 6, 7. No, that doesn't count. The moment you've hit 10, you've met it. But what do I say? We don't look to just achieve our goals. We look to go above and beyond our goals. We don't look to just get double digits. That's why my setters, like this is unheard of in the space, where setters on just a Facebook lead that's just come in, they've booked 17, 18 sets in a day, in a single day. And this is the level that we have. But you need to be ferocious. You need to be quick. You need to move with speed. You need to plan all of this out. Everything that I'm saying to you, make sure you go back and rewatch. You take notes and you make this a part of your DNA. Because once you make this a part of your DNA, I promise you, you're going to be untouchable. You will be untouchable. So in order to accomplish this, you have to up the ante. You need to increase your follow-ups. You need to be creative in your follow-ups. Already covered that. And look, here's another part as well. This is where a lot of people mess up on. Make sure you're following up on not only every other lead that you're speaking to, but you may speak to some people, you may set their calls, and guess what? Freaking out. They no-show. This is normal. Make sure you stay hydrated. You don't want to be dehydrated. Drink water. Always drink water. Have water on your desk. And be all in, man. I swear, there were days where I'd just be going all in. And all I'll be eating is like literally. I like today is a Monday. I don't know what day you're gonna be watching this, but like Monday, like I've made it a habit into myself in part of my life, fasting Monday and Thursday. Getting up late night and praying, just talking to God. Like I do these behaviors just to please the Creator. Hopefully, the Creator is gonna I know the Creator is gonna please me. So you need to be doing behaviors that are going to please the Lord as well, like helping other people. Now, when you're speaking to these people, guys, if you really believe in what you're doing and you really believe in the offer, speak to them like you really believe in it. Speak to them like you're speaking to a family member and that you're genuinely looking to help them. Don't just see them as a commission check. Honestly, you want to see them as someone that you genuinely want to help and be like, you know what, Jabran, I'm going to help you. I'm going to help you. I just need you to just promise me you're not going to give up. Because look, when you're sincere with them and like, look, because I know, man, like, look how passionate I am about the high ticket space. Look how passionate I'm about these frameworks because I know they freaking work when people work. Like, I know, man, if someone just hangs around with me long enough and follows what I'm telling them and starts to action what I'm telling them, I know for a fact they'll make the most money they've ever made. They just do. Like people grow around me because why? I've been working on myself for the better part of the last decade. When I say working on myself, I have spent hours upon hours. What you guys are getting over here right now, you're getting in an hour's video or whatever, but you are getting tens of thousands, I think thousands of hours that I've plowed into myself in learning and developing my craft and my sales skills. You're getting all of this wrapped up. So really take it on board and really look to level up, because the moment you level up, your income and everything around you levels up as well. Okay, so look, when we're following up on no-shows, now most people don't follow up on no-shows because when you're going to book calls, some people, life's going to get busy. They're not going to show up. What are we going to do? Are we not going to follow up with them? Of course we are, and give them a nice message. Maybe ask some people, when you're in the closed university, you're going to get all of these anyway. I'm going to give you all of these anyway as part of like the offers that we're going to go on. Like I said, I'm talking to you guys like I'm training you on an offer that I'm going to be onboarding. And I'm going to be onboarding on multiple offers. If people could do what I'm telling them over here right now. Now, when you're going to reach out to me, you could reach out to me on Jabran Supercon on Instagram. When you're going to reach out to me, I'm going to give you some tasks to do. But I'm not only going to want you to do just them tasks. I want you to, like, I'm going to give you a task. You want to go above and beyond that task to show and get my attention. Once this is posted live, the live is posted on YouTube, leave your detailed takeaways, step by step, live takeaways on what I'm telling you. And then maybe have like a whole page of all these takeaways posted. Post that as well. You want to be posting the comments. Now, look, guys, if you have got any value so far from what I'm sharing with you, don't bloody be stingy, man. Why do people be stingy with like just dropping a like or a share or a comment? Like, I don't understand it. It's not going to cost you a penny. What's that doing? That's pushing the video out. Now, you just hitting like, maybe it'll pop up on someone else's feed and may help them. Don't just try to just keep everything to yourself. Look at me, what I'm doing over here right now. I am giving you guys literally the frameworks that have made me multi-millions, have made companies tens of millions. This is what I'm giving you over here right now. So, okay, you want to follow up with the no-shows. Give them a reason. Be like, look, we know life gets in the way and all that and whatever. Like, give them a nice message so they come back into loop. Look, we've got a couple of available times in the week. Do you want me to send you over the calendar invite? Is everything okay? Just wanted to check in. I know life gets busy and, you know, things happen. Is everything okay? And then drop the calendar link here. Here's the link to just get rebooked again. Boom. They're back into the loop. Okay. Showed calls. You want to follow up on showed calls. Some people just follow up on like, oh, like their leads or whatever. Like hardly anyone even follows up on no shows. Because look, why are you letting that go to waste? This person has seen the ad, gone through the webinar, gone through the PDF, everything. They had a conversation with you as well. And they've booked on a call. This is all buying behavior. But guess what? Life got busy. And they didn't turn up. That doesn't mean they're disqualified. That doesn't mean that they're not, you know, a prospect or a customer or a potential customer. Of course they are. They just, you know, life got busy, or they just need another push to get back into the loop and get back onto the call. So we want to follow up with all this group as well. Here's another group that we want to follow up with, which again, most people don't do. Clients that have been on a closing call and 7 to 10 days have passed and basically nothing's happened. You want to liaise with the closers as well. I want to be getting in touch with them like literally 2 days after they've been on the call with them. Liaise. This is why like you need to work together. You know how I was talking about like how the marketing department, the fulfillment, operations, the sales all need to be talking to one another. Guess what you need to be doing? Working together with the DM setters and the phone setters, but then the setters working together with the closers, because what are the closers doing? They are closing the business. So you want to help with them. You want to connect with them. You want to communicate with them as in like, okay, how do you want me to deal with the leads? You know, if they haven't responded or whatever, because everyone's being responded, like let's just say on GHL, we use GHL. Now you can see like who's been messaging them, what's the conversation going. Hey, Imran, this client that you spoke to, whatever, do you want me to call them, get them back into the loop or whatever? I can see that they're ignoring your messages or whatever. So you go back and do that. And I'll be like, yeah, reach out to them, leave this one because I'm just dealing with that. You're communicating with one another. And this communication, guys, is where you're going to do the follow-up. So you want to follow up with the people that were showed on the call, but they didn't buy. Now, this may be a week after, 2 weeks after, 2 months after, 3 months after, 6 months after. But be creative in your follow-up. Hey, Mr. Client, you reached out to us when, you know, it was this and it was that. Since then, we've done this and we've done that. And now we're helping this person. Mr. Client, now, this is what I used to love doing. But this is where you need to have, you know, an offer that's solid on fulfillment. I used to love reaching out to clients. And this is a great way to follow up. Clients that, you know, let's just say they spoke to me in August 2021. And I'm reaching out to them in August 2022. Mr. Client, like, it's crazy. Like, you just came to my mind. Like, oh my God, I've been doing this with so many people. It's just crossed my mind that we spoke in August 2021. And you know what's crazy? We've just had someone that I spoke to in August 2021, and like, I'm seeing their testimonial right now, and I'm seeing where they've got to right now. And I couldn't help but just reach out and pray that you finally, and like, because you left detailed notes on the CRM, now you bring up what they mentioned to you on the call. I just wanted to check in to see how you were, man. Like, you really impacted me when you spoke to me and you shared your goals, and I wanted to make it myself. And I'm sorry, man, I left you for over a year. Or I'm sorry I left you for over 6 months, man. But look, I'm reaching out, just check in. How are you? Whatever. How's things? Maybe even call them, drop them a text message, get them back into the loop. But the only way you're going to get back into the loop is if you do exactly what I said. Now, if you had did exactly what I said, you would have left detailed notes. Those detailed notes will now become relevant 6 months from now, 12 months from now. Guys, this is a multi-million-dollar a month hack. Multi-million-dollar a month hack that most people don't do. Now, I've just told you this. Make sure you action it. Some people will listen to me now. Hey, Jabran, I double dial and I do this and I do that, but they don't leave detailed notes. Those detailed notes will just cost them, maybe 10 grand a month in revenue down the line, because they can't follow up properly with that, because they don't know what they're following up on. If you left detail, now look, some people may say that, it's very hard and like I'm on the phone or whatever. Have a headset and then be typing as they're speaking. So rather than writing down, like, sometimes I used to write it down and then at the end of the day I used to upload it all on. Like, you can find out what works for you, but like, if you could just quickly type as you're calling, or even just make notes in your notebook or whatever, have a hardback and make sure you go. I used to write literally everything down, and I used to go back to them because I used to like it in one place. I never used to like it on the calendar. I used to make sure that the CRM is populated, but I used to have my own golden book. I swear, my golden book was the reason I closed a 100 grand deal in 2022. I was on Rudy Mawer's offer as well, 2022 or 2023. I closed a 100 grand deal on a client that I had spoken to months before, but because I was in Pakistan and the electric, and I was in the village as well, and the electric was very low or whatever, and it kept going in and out. And so only thing I was able to do was just send emails. And I sent emails to that guy. And then eventually he got back in touch. And then he wanted to have a Zoom call. I made sure I got into the city. I had a Zoom call with him. And I freaking closed him on 100 grand. All why? Because I had left detailed notes on the CRM, on my notepad that I had luckily brought with me to Pakistan. And bam, 100 grand. And I think my commission was like freaking 12 or 15% at the time. Literally just from a follow-up. And this is what happens when you leave, because what you write down is what you remember. That's why. Why do you think I get you guys to write down your takeaways in the comments? Live takeaways. As you're hearing them, you comment them. This is what I want you guys to do, guys. So look, to finish off and wrap up, and I may answer any other questions that anyone has. Do more than what's asked of you, man. Go above and beyond the call of duty. Don't just be like, look, if someone wants you to do, like, look, some business, the moments of, like whenever I used to be managed by, whenever I used to work with business owners or whatever, like, I remember my time in retail as well, where like my manager, when I was 16, he wanted me to like sell 20 till point conversations. He's like, if you get 20, I'm going to give you a £20 gift voucher. Automatically in my head, guess what number it was? It was double that. I'm aiming for 40. Because guess what's going to happen? Now your brain is going to expand. Your body, like, some people will get shut down, like, if they have too much of a bigger goal. But I'm the opposite. I'm like, yeah, I'm going for 40. And I would literally, nobody would get 40 on the company. Nobody was getting 20 a day. But I was like, you know what? I'm going for 40 sales of that certain product. Guess what that did to me? It made me expand. It made me think bigger. Why do you think there's people out there in this world that are doing 10 times more than you in a day that you do in a month? Why? How? Because they're thinking. It all starts from over here, guys. A lot of you guys have limiting beliefs, and I want to bash those limiting beliefs. And look, whether you're from a third world country, whether you're a business and you're struggling, whether you're someone that's been trying in this high ticket sales space and is flopping or whatever, I don't give a crap. Follow what I'm telling you. Link arms with me or whatever. I'm available everywhere on social media, Instagram, LinkedIn, whatever it is. You can reach out to me. You can even comment on the videos or whatever, however you want to reach out to me. I'm telling you, it's possible. It is possible. You need to change the conversations that you're having with yourself. Some of you guys have some BS conversations, man. And I swear, it's usually the crazy ones. The crazy ones that go on and do great things. Some of you guys are just not being crazy enough. Freaking be crazy, man. Talk yourself into greatness. Someone tells you to get 20. Like my manager, he used to say to me, I want 20 sales. I was aiming for 40. This is how my metrics were outdoing huge company metrics. I was the number one salesperson. It's in history right now as well. I would like Jabran Khan. You can find out from any WH Smith's manager. That's what in my time. And my managers can confirm it as well. My sales were outdoing company sales. Why? Because I refuse to be average. You know, if you want to be average, you're going to be broke. You gotta refuse to be average. You gotta be crazy enough to go after these big goals. You gotta be saying to yourself, you know what? I'm gonna do 10 times what you want me to do. You know, one of the guys that really made me, expand my thinking was Grant Cardone. Where like he was like, just 10x your current goals. Whatever your goals are, just 10x them. And at first it never made sense. But then I was like, you know what? He's done what he's telling me to do. He's doing more than what I want to do. I'm just going to listen to him. And I blindly I was like, you know what? I'm going to 10x my goals. 10x, like just 10x everything. But if you're going to 10x your goals, 10x your output as well. So I was like, I'm going to work faster. Like when I went on an offer, and don't be afraid to do this all, like closers, for example, like the closing calls would be like some closers would take an hour for closing. I was like, well, if you're going to take an hour for closing, you're going to have to do a 12-hour shift to just speak to 12 people. Now, I used to do 14 to 16-hour shifts, but I'm not saying do that. But I was just a beast. I was like, I was willing to make up in numbers what I lacked in skill. Whilst my skill was getting upskilled, I was making up for it in numbers. Some people that like they don't even have the skill, they don't even have the energy and the work rate and the work effort. And that's why they don't hit it. So if whatever you lack in skill, make up with it in numbers. So I was just going in. I was going above and beyond what people wanted me to do and what the normal were doing. I would come in and look at what everybody's doing, and I would do the total opposite. Like I love when people work hard. I'm like, bro, I'm gonna work harder. If he is doing this much, I'm gonna do this much. I'm gonna do way more. And I never used to set the bar of like, oh, I'm gonna do this much. At first, we don't want to like, look, everyone needs a goal. So like have a goal, like whether it's 20K a month, 50K a month, 100 grand a month, I don't know, whatever it is. As a closer, I've earned 6 figures a month. It's possible. As setters have done 25,000 plus a month, 20,000 a month. Some people can't comprehend this. Guess what? You don't need to comprehend this. Before the first person apparently climbed on the moon, nobody climbed on the moon. Before they went to Mars, nobody went to Mars. Before, like the Roger Bannister, who's heard the story of Roger Bannister, the 4-minute mile? For decades, nobody was able to run the mile, run a mile in under 4 minutes. 4-minute mile. Yeah, 4-minute mile. It was Roger Bannister. Nobody could run the 4-minute mile. If you don't believe me, Google it. But the moment Roger Bannister, when he jumped on the track and he was like, you know what, I'm going to do it. He didn't care. He didn't care about if it's been done before or whatever. It was like, I'm going to do it. Guess what? The moment he ran the mile, it was running a mile in under 4 minutes. Hundreds of people were now breaking that record. There were college kids, school kids breaking that record. But why? Because when they were getting, because it only took one crazy person to be like, you know what, I'm going to do it. One crazy person. The moment he did it, the moment they got on the track, they were like, you know what? If it's been done before, it's possible. They were telling themselves it's possible. And this is the power of the human mind, guys. I'm talking from experience. I've studied the human mind academically as a psychologist and for 10 years plus, 15 plus years, studying the human mind. You can trick this mind into believing anything. So when those people are jumping on the track, they were like, this has already been done before. Now kids were breaking the 4-minute mile. But what was happening before that? Guess what? Oh, no, it's not possible. It's not possible. Let me tell you, people were mocking me when I used to say as a kid, I'm going to make 20 grand a month. This is back in 2014 when I was just coming across the online world. Not before high ticket sales, but I was dreaming about making 20 grand a month. And everyone used to mock me. My friends used to laugh at me. Like, what the hell? Look at this joker. He's not even making it in a year and he's talking about making it in a month. But I didn't give a shit. I was like, well, the reason why I'm doing this is for my parents. So you guys can laugh at me as all you want. I'm going to freaking do this. And that's the mindset I had. And I was like, you know what? I just need to find people. Now, look, I'm telling you right now, the keys to success, it lies in success. You want to find people that are living the life that you want to live, that are doing what you want to do, that are achieving the goals that you want to achieve. Follow them. Success leaves clues, man. Study them like I'm giving you right now. I'm telling you, change this conversation that you're having with yourself, this brokey conversation that I'll just be happy with $2,000 a month, $3,000 a month, $5,000. Shut your mouth. I'm telling you, shut up. Guess what you're doing? You're sending signals. The moment you say these words, guess what's happening? It's getting registered in somewhere in your brain, the subconscious. Now it's registered in your brain. Now your brain is looking for all the reasons. It's working on overtime for all the reasons why you can't make 20 grand a month. But guess what? Guess if you change the conversation and you were like, you know what? I can make 20 grand a month. Freaking Jabran from inner city Birmingham. Man, dyslexic, autistic, whatever you want to call it. All of these names, I had them all. He's been able to do it. Of course I can do it. Now, Jabran has not only done it. Now I was like, you know what? It's not only about Jabran, because people used to make excuses about, but it's Jabran. Jabran has trained hundreds and thousands of others to go out and make tens of thousands of dollars a month. If they've done it and it's possible there, why isn't that possible for you? Why is it not? I mean, look, as a setter, if you got a 20K deal, you're making 5% of 20K, that's $1,000. Well, you only need 10 deals in a month to make 10,000. But what if the offer was a 50K offer? You got paid 5%, that's $2,500. How many of those? If you got 10 of those, that's 25 grand in a single month. Guys, the numbers are there. This is not BS that we're talking about. The numbers are there. So why not you achieve the biggest goal that you want to achieve? It's until you set those big goals. And look, these conversations that you're having, man, these are the most important conversation you will ever have is the conversation you have with yourself. Self-talk is everything. Let people say what they want to say about affirmations this and affirmations that and whatever. I'm telling you, man, write your goals down. Look at your goals every single day. You need to have some people laughing at your goals, by the way. Some people need to be laughing at you. Some people need to be mocking you. This is going to be fuel to the fire. This is going to be like, watch, I'm going to show you. Like my goal. Like, look, some people want me, like, maybe I need to make the 10 million to, I don't know, something crazy. Because 10 million a month, in sales on a single offer is not that huge. Because why? I've done like 5+ million a month. It needs to be higher. But some people may look at that and be like, yeah, right, can you do it? Of course I can do it. But you need to set goals that are going to scare you, that are going to make you nervous, that when you look, and there's going to be some people that you're going to share these goals with, but don't be staying around broke ass people that are not on the same mission as you. Guys, this is one thing that I had to do, man. And no disrespect to anybody in my circle, outside of my circle or whatever, but I had to leave all my old friends, man. Not that I hated them. I love my friends. Like, I swear I would do anything for my friends. And I did. I used to do a lot for my friends. But they weren't on the journey that I was about to embark. And it had to be a lonely journey to begin with. But eventually, guess what? Like, look, right now, there's thousands of people that have come through the Closers University. It's freaking nuts, isn't it? Like, I had to leave all my friends. And I was a very sociable person. Like, I used to have hundreds of people that I used to chill with. And hundreds of people that I used to go out with. Like, there's so many people that I was in touch with. At uni, there was tons of people. But I had to leave everyone behind. Some of you guys are still hanging around with your people, your friends, your colleagues, and all these people that their goals are not the same as yours. Their income is not the same as yours. As Les Brown's, they say birds of a feather flock together. You hang around broke people, guess what? You're going to be a broke person. You hang around bums, you're going to be the other bum. So you need to hang around with people. Now, if you're the smartest person in your group, you're in the wrong group. You cannot be the smartest person. Like, what have I been doing for the past week? I've been reaching out to people that are doing 100 times better than me, 10 times better than me. Not in sales. I haven't. There's some people that I'm trying to get in touch with, and I'm engaging the conversations with them that I've done 100 times more than me. What are you doing? Who are you hanging around with? Change your circle of friends. Be very careful with what the words are going to come out of your mouth right now. because the most important conversation you do have is the one that you have with yourself. Believe you can, know you can, and I promise you'll do it. But you need to be a bit crazy. The frameworks that I've explained to you, these are simple frameworks. And the key is being simple. But you just need to be crazy. You need to be crazy enough to go after your big goals. You need to be crazy enough for the work ethic. Look, you need to work harder than everybody else. You have to. Now, look, I had to change, the way I was taking sales calls, because I remember on one offer I went to, they were taking like one call an hour. I was like, when you're taking one call an hour, you're gonna have 12 calls in a day. How many people are you gonna speak to? Some people are gonna no-show and whatever. Like, wow, how am I gonna overcome this? I was like, screw this. How can I simplify my offer and explain it within 3 to 4 minutes? Now, how can I do this is if I preempt objections, I inform and what do I do? So my meeting is the meeting. I call this the meeting before the meeting. What's the meeting before the meeting is what the setter does, is he informs and educates them on the offer. So when they come onto the call, I'm almost just connecting with them. I'm getting them excited about the offer. I'm answering any questions that they have, and I'm showing them this is the vehicle, and I'm closing them. Now, if I don't close them on the call, it's what I do after the call, the meeting after the meeting. But this is like very, like, it's not even high level stuff, man. These things most people do not do. And look, I've given you all the tools now to really win and succeed in this space. You got to be hungry. You got to be coachable. You got to be quick, man. You got to be quick. So where the call out, I keep missing this as well. The calls that I was telling you about, like that were one an hour. I made them into 3 an hour. Then I was like, okay, 3 an hour is like too much. I'm missing some. Let's just stick to 2 calls an hour. The calls are 20 minutes long, and I'll have a 10-minute buffer between each call. So I'll have the calls booked on the hour and half past by the hour. And they were scheduled in for only 20 minutes. And I had a 10-minute buffer. In that 10-minute buffer, I'll either collect payment or I'll get ready for the next call. I'll have a look at their notes and whatever. And look, a lot of my calls, because I used to do such a great job on the calls, I never even used to collect the payment on the calls. I used to give the client the power of the conversation. I just be like, look, they're in control. Here's the link. I've sent you the onboarding. Just drop me a message once you've made payment. Here's a payment link. Drop me a message once you've made payment. Any questions, Tom? I'm a message away. Now, because look, most people, they don't like being sold to. They do not like being sold to. Now, when I was working at the company, what they were all doing, they were freaking trying to get them closed on the call. Now, what are you doing? You're freaking pissing off people. Some people are not going to buy on the first call. And I explained this in my training of the 4 personality types. People are different, man, and you got to be different. You got to respect who you got in front of you and work with them and not against them. You got to work with their buying behaviors or their personality as opposed to against it. You're speaking different languages. So, if I knew I can close someone on the call, I'll close them on the call. They'll give me the buying signals. The moment they show me a bit of friction, no worries. Like, I've got to get off for my next call, Tom, but I'm a message away if you need me. I'll drop you the payment link. Once you've made payment, I'll send you the onboarding and we'll get you set up. Boom. And they used to close. And I had the highest close rate. I had the highest close rate because I knew what I was doing. But look, that's a conversation for another day. Hopefully you've got enough value of today's call. We've been talking for a minute. Really go back to this video, watch it again, leave your live takeaways, in the video. If you haven't subscribed already, subscribe to the Close University YouTube channel, because the things that I'm going to be sharing with you guys are going to blow your mind. But I'm going to love you and leave you, and I'll see you on the next one.